So I've tried at least 8 solutions for how to host my tech blog online. I'll walk you through those in a second, but this video is about material for Mkdocs, which really seems to take the cake. And I'm going to switch my whole blog over, so I figured it would make sense to do a video this week about why I'm doing that and how to use this as well if you're interested in this technology. So let's get into it. So getting started with this package could not be easier. All you have to do is pip install Mkdocs material. That's the package you need, and hopefully you have Python 3. After that, you just cd into the directory that you would like to create your blog or website, and you do Mkdocs new dot. This generates just 2 files. Look how clean that is. It's incredible. And then all you have to do to use material for Mkdocs, you just add a theme key, and then under that say name material. And then you can see that you have a home page here preset, so you can just do Mkdocs serve, and here's your working website. So if you're interested in a blog and not just a website for informational purposes, you can go ahead and copy the starter config that they have here in the blog post, link in the post for this video, and you can just paste that into your Mkdocs YAML. And when we save that and go take a peek, we now have my blog and archive and an empty posts directory. If we add a post, it gets mad because there's no date and there's no title. Okay, so now that we have that post defined, we can take a look on here, and there we go. At the bottom, we have my first post, and that's beautiful. You have the minutes it takes to read it, predefined, the metadata, all that stuff, and you can add tags and categories very easily. I won't get into that in this video, but it's wonderful. It works. You have search right out of the box. It's awesome. So how great is that? So what else have I tried? Well, I've tried WordPress, and that wasn't very plain text friendly. I've tried Ghost. I didn't really enjoy self-hosting that, but it was very much like WordPress, a little bit better. I've tried Docusaurus, which is really cool out of the box, but I had trouble extending it, and it was a little slow. Hugo was pretty good, but I didn't really like Go templates. I was kind of unfamiliar with them. At one point, I attempted to do a Flutter one from scratch, a Flutter blog, and that was not the way to go. It was just a mess. Jekyll's pretty good. No complaints there, but Mkdocs is better, so I'm going to stick with that. And yeah, you may remember the series I did on this channel for Markdown site gen, where I was basically trying to do what Mkdocs is already doing, just failing at it and doing it by myself. So hey, I've tried a bunch of different things. I've also tried my own custom Next.js website, which was working pretty well and is still live at PageKey.io. This thing is actually going out and using the GitLab API to grab all of these posts from various places. It's way too complicated. So if we poke through the code a little bit, I basically wrote all this code to do what I just described, to reach out to GitLab and do everything, parse the front matter, truncate if it's specified in the post to truncate. So much stuff going on here, GitLab API stuff, and it's all unit tested, but the complexity here is just ridiculous for a single project, and I end up spending so much time building the Docker image for this and getting it to go reach out at build time and make hundreds of requests to the GitLab API. I don't know why I structured it that way. It's a mess. So it's very hard to publish this blog. It's way too complicated, and it takes quite a while to build too. So not a fan of this either. I'm going to have to say goodbye to this poor thing. Now let's take a look at the new blog I'm working my way through right now, moving everything over. So let's take a look. Here's the new thing. So far, I've only done my 2017 posts, but look how nice they look. First of all, on the blog screen, I didn't have to really do too much to get the formatting correct, and the categories go well for when I do series. It fits right in. There's also tags, which I'm experimenting with. That's a lot of fun, and an archive for each year that just gets automatically generated. It's quite nice. Another thing that I love is that it comes right out of the box with fairly easy to use multi-language support. So I do have some Spanish content. I haven't filled any of it in yet, but it does translate the API of the website, categories, archive, and tags for you. It doesn't translate this message at the bottom, but pretty much everything else is with no effort translated into Spanish for me. So that's great. And I did have to finagle it a little bit to get it to navigate between these two websites. I wrote some scripts to generate the sites separately actually, and then combine them at the end, which is what you're seeing right here. But once they're generated, everything works really well. So as two independent websites, the languages work well, and this navigation between them is pretty flawless too. So I love it, love it, love it. As I continue filling in these posts, maybe I'll learn some things about this, but it seems really solid as far as how it links all of the posts together. It makes it easy to find posts. You can just link to the markdown file within the repo. Same thing with links to images. For example, here's the post that I was just showing, and you can link using relative terms to the markdown files or to the images. If the image is in the same directory, you can just put the image name. It is really great. Another thing that I didn't have to mess with that was messed up on my old website, and I really got into the nitty-gritty of how this works under the hood, is highlighting the code blocks. That just seems to work out of the box, and I didn't have to even say the word Prisma or whatever it's called. It just works, and you can't beat that. You really can't beat things working out of the box and not having to configure them, because once you start writing your own code and configuring things yourself and writing plugins, you're going to be spending so much time making your blog work that you're not going to have any time left to write posts to go on the blog or make content to go into the blog. So it's a waste of time for us to all try to be expert blog engineers when something as great as this is available. So another cool thing about this repository is that the author at squidfunk is very active on GitHub, seems like a really cool guy. And if you read his Twitter, or his X page, I guess, he talks about how he hit 100,000 per year from this project. So he has channels of this project that are only available to people who are paying on a recurring basis. And then as features reach maturity, and he reaches a price threshold that he has for those features, he releases them to the general public. So that seems like an awesome model, one that I haven't really heard of before, and the fact that he's able to make a very comfortable living writing software that a lot of people use and don't have to pay for is truly incredible. I think he has stumbled upon, or maybe through lots of effort has found, a way of writing software that is open source, that benefits a lot of people, and that can make a reasonable living. So I think that's just so incredible, and I'm really excited to learn about this. And man, look at all that activity, very active. And yeah, if you're watching this, which you're probably not, thank you for this project, Mr. Martin Donath, because it is awesome. So that's all for this video. I'm going to be moving over the hundreds of posts that I have to this new, well, is it hundreds? It's really only a little over 100, but I'm going to move everything over, and then hopefully I can stop thinking about the blog and have more fun doing interesting things that aren't related to the blog. So I hope this was useful for you. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you like it, and stick around for more PageKey next week. Thanks.